Hello friends and welcome to YouTube channel on Engineering Mathematics by Dr. Navneet. Friends, in this video lecture we are going to learn how the Laplace transformation is useful for solving the engineering related problem. That means we are learning the applications of Laplace transformation to linear differential equation. So friends, already we know the Laplace transformation of derivative. According to the Laplace transformation of derivative, so there are some results. So let the Laplace transformation of y is equal to y bar of s. This is just a notation to denote the Laplace transformation of y. Similarly, Laplace transformation of first derivative of y with respect to t. Suppose, for example, to find out the Laplace transformation of y with respect to t, then we denote this by L into y dash, which is s into y bar of s minus y of 0. Similarly, Laplace transformation of second derivative of y, this is the result. Laplace transformation for third derivative of y, this is the result, and so on. So we can easily find out the nth derivative of y with the help of Laplace transformation. So this is the concept which is called as Laplace transformation of derivative. Now friends, in this video lecture we are learning the applications of Laplace transformation for solving the linear differential equation. So for solving any linear differential equation, there are 5 important steps for solving the example. So first step is that whenever we are solving any linear differential equation by Laplace transformation, first step is to apply the Laplace transformation on both sides of the linear differential equation. Then after that, whatever initial conditions are there, so such type of value we may get there. So y of 0, y dash of 0. So these values are called as initial value. So you will get the answer to this value. So put that initial condition to the given equation. So after putting the initial condition, so rearrange the equation in such way that find the value of y bar of s. This is the third step. Then after finding the y bar of s, so our interest is to find out the inverse Laplace transformation, but here it is not possible for us to find out the inverse Laplace transformation directly by standard result. So to get the standard result for applying inverse Laplace transformation, so do the partial fraction. So after getting partial fraction, we are applying the concept that is called as inverse Laplace transformation. So these are the 5 important steps for solving the example based on linear differential equation and which are related to the applications of electrical engineering. So now friends, let's take the first application of electrical engineering which is related to the Laplace transformation. So question is, using Laplace transformation solve L time solve R dq by dt plus q upon c is equal to v, where q is equal to 0 when t is equal to 0. So let's try to understand the meaning of this question. So friends, we know that R stand for resistance, then Q stand for charge, then C stand for capacitance, and V stand for voltage. Now the meaning of this first term is the voltage drop across resistance. This is according to the Kirchhoff's law. Then again, this term indicate the voltage drop across capacitance. Then sum of voltage drop across resistance and sum of voltage drop across capacitance is equal to total EMF, which is denoted by V, voltage, right? Then initial condition is here at initial time, that means at time t is equal to 0, charge is also equal to 0. So this is the linear differential equation we get. So now observe that. So this is linear equation of the form. So dy by dx plus p y is equal to q. So such type of linear equation is there. So now we know that. So we are solving this equation with the help of Laplace, with the help of a linear differential equation by Laplace transformation. So now, what is the difference between this equation and this equation? So here in this equation, so y is replaced by q. That means here everywhere replace y by q term, so that we get this as Laplace transformation of y dash is same as Laplace transformation of q dash. Now let's try to understand this example. So now here given linear differential equation is r time dq by dt plus q upon c is equal to v. So method of solving for linear differential equation by Laplace transformation says that, so first take the Laplace transformation on both sides. So if we apply the Laplace transformation on both sides, then we get this as, this r is constant, so we can write this as r into Laplace transformation of dq by dt. So this is the first term, plus this q is, so we can write this as 1 upon c is constant, so capacitance, into Laplace transformation of q is equal to, again v is constant, and we are taking Laplace transformation of 1. So after applying Laplace transformation, we get this step. So this is our first step. Then apply the Laplace transformation of derivative formula. So here, so this r is constant, then Laplace transformation of dq by dt. So this is same as Laplace transformation of q dash. Now if we compare this Laplace transformation of q dash with Laplace transformation of y dash, then we can write this as r into, this is s into q bar of s minus q of 0. So this is because of the Laplace transformation of derivative concept. Laplace transformation of q dash is equal to this term. Then plus this 1 upon c as it is. Then Laplace transformation of q. So if we compare these two terms, then Laplace transformation of q means Laplace transformation of y, which is q bar of s. Q bar of s is equal to this v as it is. Then we know that Laplace transformation of 1 is 1 upon s, because Laplace transformation of 1 is 1 upon s. So this is the first step, so which is called as apply the Laplace transformation to both sides. Now second stage is to use the initial condition. So what is the initial condition? So here initial condition is given, the value of charge is 0 when time is 0. That means value of q of 0 is 0. So that is the meaning of this condition. So put the value of q of 0 is 0 here. We get this as r in bracket s into q bar of s minus 0 plus 1 upon c into q bar of s is equal to v upon s. So this is the second step, which is called as use the initial condition in the given example. So after initial condition, so try to rearrange this equation in such a way that find the value of y bar of s. Now here the meaning of y bar s is q bar of s. So now if we collect all the coefficient of q bar of s, then we get this as q bar of s coefficient rs plus this is 1 upon c into q bar of s is equal to v upon s. Now friends, take this rs plus 1 upon c to the right side, so that we get the value of q bar of s, which is equal to v upon, this is s into, this is rs plus 1 upon c. Now just simplify this, so we get this as v divided by, this is s into, after taking c common, so we get this as rsc plus 1 divided by c, so we can take this c to the numerator. Now this is the first term, this is the second term, so these factors are linear and non-repeated. So according to the partial fraction rule, so we can write fourth number step as a upon s plus this is b upon rsc plus 1. So let's call this as our equation number 1. Now friends, find out the value of constant a and b, so that we get this as vc is equal to a into, this is rsc plus 1 plus b into s. Now this equation is very simple. So now just to find the value of a, put s is equal to 0. If we put s is equal to 0, then we get this as vc is equal to, this is 0, then we get this as a. So that means we will write here, so vc is equal to value a. Now let's find out the second coefficient. So to find out the value of second coefficient, so let's simplify this equation. So vc is equal to a rsc plus a plus bs. So if we arrange according to the decreasing power of s, then we get this as a rc plus B plus constant A. So this side is only VC. So now compare the like power term coefficient on both sides. So we get this as 0 is equal to ARC plus B, and again VC is equal to A. So VC is equal to A. So here also we get the value of A, which is same as previous value. A is equal to VC. So now friends, let's find out the value of B. From this equation we get the value of B is equal to minus ARC. So now put the value of A, so that we get the value of B as minus, so this is RVC, so this is R into V into C C square. So now this is the value of B. So for our simplicity we write here B is equal to minus RVC square. So now these are the values of constant A and B. Now put this value in the equation number 1. So now put this value in equation number 1. So after putting this value in equation 1, we get next step as, so put this value here. So we get next step as Q of S is equal to A, which is VC upon S, plus value of B, which is minus RVC square divided by RSC plus 1. Now friends, our aim is to apply the inverse Laplace transformation. So this is our step number 4. So we come up to partial fraction term. Now next step is to apply the inverse Laplace transformation. So if we apply the inverse Laplace transformation for Q bar of S, then we can write this as VC, which is constant, into, so this is inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon S minus, this is RVC square constant, so this term is constant, so we can write this as inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon, this is RCS plus 1, we will rearrange this term, so then we get this as inverse Laplace transformation. Now friends, it is possible for us, so we know that Laplace transformation of, so this is Laplace transformation of Q of S. So Laplace transformation of Q of S is equal to, this is Q bar of S. Then, so value of inverse Laplace transformation of Q bar of S is equal to, this is Q of S. So value of this term is Q of S is equal to, this is VC. Then inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon S. So inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon S is 1. So we get this as minus RVC square. Now here friends, whenever we find the Laplace transformation, coefficient of S must be 1, so that we can apply the concept of 1 upon S plus A, its inverse Laplace transformation, which is e raised to minus AT. So to apply this result, we must have coefficient of S as 1. Now to get this coefficient as 1, so take RC common from this Laplace transformation. So we can write this as 1 upon RC into inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon S plus 1 upon RC. So after taking 1 upon RC common, so we get this equation in the standard form. Now this equation is in this form where the value of A is 1 upon RC. Now next step is, so this term will get cancelled, so one C also will get cancelled, so we get this as VC minus, this is VC, again this is V into C, and inverse Laplace transformation of this term is e raised to minus 1 upon RC into T. So if we take the term VC common, so that we get this as VC common, so after taking term VC common, we get this as VC, then 1 minus e raised to minus 1 upon RC into T. So this is the first example which is related to the applications of Laplace transformation to linear differential equation. So this problem is related to the electrical engineering. So once again I will simplify this, once again I will explain this. So this is the example, apply Laplace transformation, find the value of Q of S, then do the partial fraction, so then apply inverse Laplace transformation. So this is the first example. Now let's take the second example. Now friends, let's take the second example. Second example is solve using Laplace transformation L time di by dt plus Ri is equal to e raised to minus at, where the value of I of 0 is 0. So this equation we got according to the Kirchhoff's law. So let's solve this electrical engineering problem with the help of Laplace transformation. So now friends, here first step is to apply the Laplace transformation on both sides. So if we apply the Laplace transformation on both sides, then this L stand for inductance. So we can write this as L into Laplace transformation of di by dt. So now friends, please try to understand that. So this L stand for inductance and this L stand for Laplace transformation. So plus this R is constant again, then Laplace transformation of I is equal to E is again constant, Laplace transformation of e raised to minus at. So now here let's denote the term Laplace transformation of I. So let's denote Laplace transformation of I as I bar of S. So let's denote the term Laplace transformation of I is equal to I bar S. So this is same as that of the term Laplace transformation of Y is Y bar. So where Y is replaced by the term I. So now we know that, so this L as it is, so if we compare this part and this part, so this is the first derivative of Y and its Laplace transformation. Similarly, so this is the first derivative of I, its Laplace transformation. So apply this formula, replace Y by I, so we get this as, so S into I bar of S minus I of 0. So just replace Y by I, plus this is R into Laplace transformation of I is equal to, this is I bar of S is equal to E, a capital E as it is. Then standard formula for this term is 1 upon S plus A. So because Laplace transformation of e raised to minus at is 1 upon S plus A. This is the standard result. Now this is the first step. After second step is apply the initial condition. So here initial condition is given, I of 0 is 0. So now put the value of I of 0 here. So we get this as L into S I bar of S minus initial condition is 0 plus this is R into I bar of S is equal to E upon S plus A. Just putting the initial condition. Now next step is that after putting initial condition, rearrange this equation in such a way that find the value of Y bar of S. That means find out the value of I bar of S. Now collect all the coefficient of I bar of S. We get this as LS plus this is R. So then this I bar of S as it is equal to E upon S plus A. Now just directly find the value of I bar of S, which is E upon this is S plus A and LS plus R. So this is the term. So this is our step number 3. Find out the value of I bar of S. Now next step is to apply the inverse Laplace transformation. For applying inverse Laplace transformation, convert this equation in terms of standard form. So now to get the standard form, apply the partial fraction concept. So power of S is 1 and these two factors are non-repeated. So we can write this as A upon S plus A and this is B upon LS plus R. So that let's call this as equation number 1. Find out the value of constant A and B. So we can write this as E is equal to A into LS plus R plus B into S plus A. Now friends, here put the value of S is equal to minus A, so that this term becomes 0. So now we get this equation as E is equal to S is equal to minus A. That means we get this as minus LA plus R into A. So we get the value of A is equal to so that we can write this as E upon R minus LA. So A is equal to E upon R minus LA. So we just rearrange this term. So now this is the first term. Now just simplify the second term. Now just simplify this term again. So which is E is equal to ALS plus AR plus BS plus A. Now if we compare the like power term coefficient, then we get this as AL plus B plus this is AR plus BA. AS plus BA. Now so now we get this as 0 is equal to AL plus B, and we get this as E is equal to AR plus BA. So now from this equation we directly know the value of A, so we put the value of A, now we get the value of B is equal to minus AL. So we can directly write this as minus, this is EL upon R minus LA. So this is the value of B and this is the value of A. So this is the value of B and A. Now next step is put this value in the equation number 1. Now after putting this value in equation 1, we get this as I bar of S is equal to A. The value of A is, this is E upon R minus LA, this whole thing divided by S plus A plus B. So value of B is minus EL divided by R minus LA, and this whole thing divided by LS plus R. So now friends, here our role is to find out the inverse Laplace transformation, and which is our step number 5. So let's try to understand step number 5. Step number 5 is apply the inverse Laplace transformation. If we apply the inverse Laplace transformation to this term, then we get this as inverse Laplace transformation of I bar of S. Now here we are taking inverse Laplace transformation, that means E upon R minus LA is constant, so we can write this as E upon R minus LA, which is constant, into inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon S plus A. Now here again, so this term is again constant, numerator term is constant, we can write this as EL upon R minus LA into inverse Laplace transformation of this term. So this term is 1 upon LS plus R. Now to find out its inverse Laplace transformation. So this step is as it is, E upon R minus LA. Then this is the standard formula for inverse Laplace transformation of E raised to minus AT, because Laplace transformation of E raised to minus AT is 1 upon S plus A, minus this is EL upon R minus LA. Now friends, this equation is again not in our standard form. So standard form is 1 upon S plus A, so coefficient of S must be 1. Now to get the coefficient S is equal to 1, we can write this as 1 upon S plus, this is R upon L. So we take the term L common, so we can write L here. So this is the value of L. So after taking L common and outside the inverse Laplace transformation. Now let's take the inverse Laplace transformation of second term. So take the inverse Laplace transformation of second term. So we get this as E upon R minus LA, E raised to minus AT, minus this is E, so this L and this L will get cancelled. So upon R minus LA into inverse Laplace transformation of this. So this is the type inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon S plus A, which is E raised to minus R upon L into T. So this is the answer to this question. So this is the second question, which is related to the applications of Laplace transformation to linear differential equation. Now let's take the third example. Now friends, let's take the third example. So now first try to understand the third example. So third example is the current flowing in an electric circuit is given by Ri plus L time di by dt is equal to E. That means voltage drop across inductance and resistance is given, which is equal to total EMF according to the Kirchhoff's law, where E, R and L are constant. Then using Laplace transformation, solve the equation for I. So solve this equation for current I, and given that at time t is equal to 0, value of current is also equal to 0. So that is the initial condition. Now friends, here given equation is Ri plus L time di by dt is equal to E. So now this equation is not in our standard form, so first convert this into the standard form. So we can write this as L time di by dt plus Ri is equal to E. So now this is in our linear differential equation form. So now to solve this equation, first step is apply the Laplace transformation. So now this L stand for inductance. So now this is L into Laplace transformation of di by dt plus R is constant, Laplace transformation of I is equal to, again E is constant, then remaining term is 1, so we can write this as Laplace transformation of 1. So now friends, observe that this is the inductance and this is the Laplace transformation. So now, even though L is there, but its meaning is different. Now let's, at the time being, denote Laplace transformation of I is equal to, suppose this is I bar of S, I bar of S for our simplicity. So this is similar to that of Laplace transformation of y is equal to y bar. So Laplace transformation of I is equal to I bar. So now here this L as it is, Laplace transformation of di by dt means first derivative of I with respect to t. So now apply this formula. So we can write this as S into I of S bar minus this is I of 0 plus again R time Laplace transformation of I, which is I of S bar is equal to E into Laplace transformation of 1. Standard formula is 1 upon S, because Laplace transformation of 1 is 1 upon S. So this is the first step. Now second step is to apply the initial condition. So here initial condition is given. So when time t is 0, current is also equal to 0. That means I of 0 is 0. So we can write this as L into S I of S bar minus 0 plus this is R into I of S bar is equal to E upon S. This is the second step. Now third step is to find out the value of I bar of S. So its coefficient as L into S plus R. So into I of S its bar is equal to E upon S. So we get step number 3. So moreover we can write this as I of S is equal to, this is E upon S into, so this is LS plus R. So now we get step number 3. Now apply the partial fraction. So partial fraction, so first term is 1 upon S. These factors are linear and non-repeated. So A upon S plus this is B upon LS plus R. LS plus R. So now let's call this as equation number 1 and find the value of constant A and B. So now this side is E is equal to, this is A into LS plus R and that of B into S. So to put S is equal to 0, so we get the value of A. So we get this as E is equal to AR. That means we get the value of A is equal to E upon R. So similarly, so put this value of A is equal to A upon R in this equation. So we can write this as E, then A L S plus AR plus BS. So coefficient of S is AL plus B plus AR. So we get this as E. So which is 0 is equal to AL plus B and E is equal to AR. So again we get the value of A as E upon R. So from this equation find the value of B. So we get this as B is equal to minus AL, which is minus A. Value of A is E upon R into L. So this is the value of B and this is the value of A. So this is the value of B and A. So now put the value of A and B constant in equation number 1. So we get this as I of S bar is equal to, this is A, which is E upon R divided by S plus value of B is minus EL upon R, this whole thing divided by LS plus R. So now in this way we get the partial fraction, and after putting the partial fraction we get this step. Now friends, next step is to apply the concept of inverse Laplace transformation. So if we apply the inverse Laplace transformation to this function, then we get this as inverse Laplace transformation of I of S bar. Its inverse Laplace transformation is equal to, so here E upon R is constant, then this is inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon S minus EL upon R constant, then this is inverse Laplace transformation of, this is 1 upon LS plus R. So now we required coefficient of this term 1 upon S plus A. Coefficient of S is 1. So to get coefficient of S is equal to 1, we take this L common. So we can write here L, and this will get divided by L. So this will get divided by L. Now we can simplify this as, this is I of S. So we can write this as I of S is equal to E upon R into inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon S is 1 minus E upon L. So this L will get cancelled, so we may directly write this as E upon R into, this is E raised to minus R upon L into T. So this is the third simple example which is based on the applications of Laplace transformation to linear equation. Now let's take the last example, which is example number 4. Now friends, let's take the last example of this video lecture. So example is solve the equation y plus integration 0 to t y dt is equal to 1 minus e raised to minus t. So using Laplace transformation, solve this equation. So if we apply the Laplace transformation on both sides according to the first step, then we get this as Laplace transformation of y is plus Laplace transformation of integration 0 to t y dt, so which is equal to Laplace transformation of 1 minus Laplace transformation of e raised to minus t. So after taking Laplace transformation on both sides, we get this equation. Now friends, there is one standard result which is related to this term. So the standard result is Laplace transformation of integration 0 to t y dt is equal to 1 upon s into y bar of s. This is one of the standard results. We get this result with the help of the definition of Laplace transformation. So remember this result. So its meaning is 1 upon s into y bar of s. So this Laplace transformation of y, so according to this Laplace equation, Laplace transformation of y is, this is y bar of s plus, again to get the answer of this question, apply this result. Its meaning is 1 upon s into y bar of s is equal to Laplace transformation of 1. So Laplace transformation of 1 is 1 upon s, then minus Laplace transformation of e raised to minus t, means Laplace transformation of e raised to minus at, which is 1 upon s plus a, and value of a is 1. So we can write this as 1 upon s plus 1. So now our aim is to, second step is use the initial condition, but here initial condition is not available, and moreover y of 0 term is also absent. So find the value of y bar of s. So we can write this as 1 plus 1 upon s into y bar of s is equal to, now just simplify this. This is s into s plus 1, so this become s plus 1 minus s, so which is 1 upon s into s plus 1. Now take this term to this side, so moreover we can write this as s plus 1 upon s into y bar of s is equal to 1 upon s into s plus 1. Now find the value of y bar of s. So from this equation we get the value of y bar of s is equal to, this is 1 upon s into s plus 1 into, so after taking this term to this side, so this is the product. So now we take its reciprocal, so we get this as s upon s plus 1. So this one factor will get cancelled. So moreover we can write this y bar of s is equal to This is s plus 1, this is s plus 1. So we directly write this as 1 upon s plus 1 its square. Now this is our step number directly 3, which is the value of y bar of s. Now there is no need to apply the value of partial fraction because this is the single term. Then we can easily get the inverse Laplace transformation with the help of shifting theorem. So now if we take the inverse Laplace transformation, we get this as inverse Laplace transformation of y bar of s is equal to inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon s plus 1 its square. Now according to the second shifting theorem for the inverse Laplace transformation, which is our method number 2, already we have prepared one video lecture for that. So please watch that video lecture so that you will understand this step. Now at the time being here, we use the second shifting theorem for inverse Laplace transformation, which is e raised to minus t into inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon s square. So which is same as e raised to minus t into t. So friends, here in this video lecture we solve total 4 example, which is based on the applications of Laplace transformation to linear differential equation, and problems are related to the engineering related concepts. Now friends, we stop here. So but before concluding this lecture, so let's take some example for your practice purpose. Now friends, time is to test your knowledge. So friends, here total 6 examples are given for your practice purpose. So let me discuss the example one by one. So first example is a voltage e raised to minus at is applied at time t is equal to 0 to circuit of an inductance L and resistance R. So this is the initial condition which is given here. Then find the current at any time t. Find the current at any time t by solving the equation L time di by dt plus Ri is equal to e raised to minus at. So this is the initial condition. This is the first example. Now second example, the current in the circuit as shown below is given by L time di by dt plus Ri is equal to v of t, where the value of v of t is given as e into sine of omega t, which is the value of total EMF. Find the value of current at time t, which is I. So now this is the circuit which is given related to the question number 2. Now third question is the current is given by L time di by dt plus Ri is equal to e of t if the switch is connected at time t is equal to 0. That means without passing the current, switch is connected and switch is disconnected at the time t is equal to a. That means after a certain time switch is disconnected. Then find the value of current I at the time t. Then for solving this equation, we get such type of answer for this equation after applying the Laplace transformation to linear differential equation. Now fourth example, fifth example and sixth examples are given here. So all 3 examples solving independently. So answer of these 3 questions are also given here. So friends, these are the 6 important questions for you. So solve independently and check your answer with the help of answers provided in the screen. So friends, I hope you people like this lecture. So thanks to one and all. Thank you.